Alright, we gotta go to this guy. See if you can find my gun. That's some kind of machine. Antique cash register. Bust of a woman. The plaque simply says day. The dark film projector is wearing away. Most military wear with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in. Typical matinee streetlight sits amongst the sorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly but persistently. Hey, sweetheart. Wake up. Yeah. Cuddle. This would make quite a statement in your living room. Is that a street light? Yes, officer. As you can see, it's in perfect working order. His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide. Where did you get this? It was brought to me to be altered. He leans in so the pawnbroker wouldn't hear him. Not here to investigate the theft of city property. Joe Maltius. Damn, look at this mad lad. How are you, mate? Saw the gear that you got for Darksider and Hyperstrike. It looks fucking sick, dude. Really good to see that custom creator gear is like taking it off the ground. How's it been so far working with the streamers? Pauses to starting the light then adds, you have to admit, it's rather clever what he's done with it. How much for the street light? 700 real, a bargain I dare say. Out of your mind, there's just one just like that on every corner. He rests his elbows on the counter and brings his face closer to the glass. The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price tag. What do you mean, transformations? He throws you a look of weary patience. Well, there are costs of removal and rewiring. The most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago. Okay, that checks out. Can't buy it, I don't have that much. Wonder, like, the game would let me buy this, and what possible use would this be in the game? Yeah, man, definitely a solid start. Lots of great talk happening at the moment. I'm keen for dark stuff to arrive, that's for sure. Fuck yeah, dude. So is he doing like the drop, or is he doing like... Oh no, because it's a limited sale, right? So he's just doing a fixed amount and then selling it. I don't need to know anything else about that light. Shirts. A very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb. Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding towards you, a giant sword in each hand encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Hyundal burning. Sniff the t-shirt. Okay. Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there. Worn cotton with the side of flea market or trash bin. Limited edition with dark, yeah. The plans to do different series of merch with no repeats. That's sick, dude. I like that. It's more enticing as well, knowing that like there's so often where you're like, oh, you know, I want that, but maybe I'll just wait. Like I don't really have the money right now, or I could use the money for other things. But if you know, oh, you know, if I buy this, I'm one of the only people that have it, and there's like no other way for me to get it. It's like a psychological thing that makes you want to buy it more. You know what I mean? Sniffing is okay, says the shopkeeper. Please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy. You're not imagining it. Photon emissions? What is he talking about? The rad man from Helmdall t-shirt you got there. Hell yeah, man. The shopkeeper sounds enthusiastic. I don't usually carry printed tea, but this one was just such a pure exemplar. You must be a serious man. We have a lot in common. I'm a big fan of Man from Helmdall too. He grimaces. I wouldn't go so far as to say I'm a fan, but I do think the Helmdallerman saga is an integral part of our shared reality. Most people don't think that the man from Helmdall really existed, but they're wrong. What did you mean that the man from Helmdall was real? I mean, even if the man from Helmdall didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really. For sure, it's a unique idea that I was on board with straight away. Fuck yeah. That's cool. I think, like, that would actually be a popular option if people actually understood that way of thinking as well. The game looks different to anything I've seen for a while, more adventure and puzzle-ish. So it's like a murder mystery RPG game. Just some absolutely incredible writing. Like, the dialogue in this game is insane and really well thought out and very compelling. Like, there's, you know, minutes upon minutes, like leading into hours that I've just spent going through and interacting with things that would seem pointless, and normally you would just ignore it and move past it to get to the meat of the game. But the way that the game describes it and the things that it's letting you do is just crazy. So it's yeah, it's just really drawing me in. It's got a really cool skill system as well, in terms of like the way that you can level things up. Everything's based off of dice rolls, so it's like your levels in the different areas will determine your success on things. And then you've also got items that will increase your chances on how to do things and stuff. You've got quests to do, tasks, map, that kind of stuff. But it's like a really fucking whacked out story. It's fucking hilarious. Probably the closest way I could describe the type of writing that it is, but it's still not quite right, would be like a Terry Pratchett novel. Okay, he sounds incredulous. You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more robust understanding of cause and effect. Besides, I've been to Katla, though not quite as far north as the Helmdale, and watched the northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique energy tides there. This guy's fucking whacked out of his mind. His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but his logic does suggest some unusual neural activity. Interesting. Very, very unique energies indeed. Geometric ley lines, one might even say. How much are you selling this t-shirt for? True real. Lieutenant raises his eyebrows. That's dirt cheap. Cool, I'll think about it. I'm gonna buy it. I want this sick shirt. So this shirt gives me a real statement to wear. So more one. Oi. Kamikaze, you fucking mad lad. How are you, buddy? How was your PlanetSide stream? I stopped in for a little bit before, just before I started mine. I was watching you being invisible and just hiding outside this little building and fucking up all these cunts that were coming outside. Welcome on in, everybody. How are you? It looks up your alley then, Domo. Dude, honestly, you know, if you got time, sit and watch for another 5-10 minutes and just see how it kind of plays out. But it's really fucking interesting. So I watched it for about half an hour before I bought it. It's on sale at the moment. Blitzenberg, Ignicel, Gamma the Banana, Phil the FIFA King. Welcome on in. How are you guys? We're playing some Disco Elysium, which is a crazy whacked out open world RPG game with some stellar writing. And I'm voicing the whole thing and I'm struggling. Dude, I was fucking tilted tonight, but made the most of it. How you going? I'm good, man. I'm good. Just been keeping busy, working hard, working out, because there's nothing else to do in isolation. Blitzenberg, thank you for the follow. So that's been good. Just figured I may as well do something out of isolation, you know? And then, yeah, just playing some games. I'm off Tarkov at the moment until the wipe. So picked this up to kind of tide me through, because it looks like it's going to be a bit of a longer game to play through. That's the way, dude. How about you, dude? How you been? Has your work been affected at all? And yeah, welcome on in everyone from Cammy's Raid. Thank you very much, sir. Anyone that's here from me, so didn't come in on the Cammy Raid, if you haven't already been following Cammy, you've been living under a fucking rock, because me and him go way back, first of all. Second of all, go chuck him a follow right now. Plays a lot of FPS games, has a great YouTube channel. You should definitely go check both of those things out. Love the sword in the background. Oh, thanks, man. That's Aragorn's Lord of the Rings. I can't remember the... Oh, knew the name. Is it Narsil? Getting it wrong. Probably, but it was a gift for my 23rd birthday, so it's quite old now. It's cool. It's cool. One of those ones that's probably a bit too sharp to actually be sold. Busy man, haven't been working lately due to everything because you want to keep your family safe. Working on content and we'll be doing a cast for an official Planetside 2 event this weekend. So keen for that. Fuck yeah, dude. What kind of event is it this weekend that's being casted? Do they have some kind of esports for it? I'm running out of water. So this shirt will give me +1 to physical instruments, so it's inspiring musculature, +1 to shivers, but it will reduce my authority. So it's probably going to give me bonuses in certain areas, so it'll be handy for me to have. Maybe if I'm trying to confront that guy at the fucking union that won't let me through the gates. What is this? Shelf of boom boxes. Well loved and well traveled. Chip dented, they stared at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. Stand at the tips of your toes to see more. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset sweet. Just make sure it works before you buy it. Shopkeep. This Stereo 8 approved machine here is the Harman Wowshi W02 made in Vespa, designed in Seal. He says plays all reel-to-reel formats: 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real. That's actually pretty good. Outfit Wars, semi-competitive event where 3 outfits from each faction split across 3 brackets go at it on a more controlled battle. Will be hosted on the official Planetside channel as well, so keen for sure. Fuck yeah, when is that this weekend? If I'm free, I might stop by. It'd be cool to see you casting, dude. That'd be really sick. But yeah, sorry, everyone, I should probably have introduced myself when you all came in for the raid. My name is Vex. I'm a streamer from Perth, Western Australia, and I play, I guess you'd call it variety. Leans quite heavily towards FPS usually, but occasionally when I'm in between games, I'll just jump into all kinds of things. If the gameplay or the story is compelling, I'll pretty much play it. If you've got like a really good art style, a really good soundtrack, you know, or it's got a good story, then I'll usually give it a go. Apart from that, make really bad jokes. That's me. So stick around, and if you like it, then come back again. If not, that's cool. There's plenty of other streamers on Twitch that probably would be right up your alley. It'll be happening 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. on Sunday. Okay, fuck yeah. Okay. I'm out in the morning, but I should be home in the afternoon. I'll swap by if I can. I think that'll be 11 my time, though. All right, I'll try and stop by, dude. I'll pop it in my phone. All right, cool. What I really want to know is, could this device come in handy in my police work? If police work means playing tapes, sure, you can use it for that, or any other time you need to play a tape. Are you sure this is all in working order? Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds, and music from a variety of genres, even though I don't really like music. Right, I don't have enough money to buy it yet, but that would probably come in handy because we broke our tape player. And we still need to find the music tape for that song. Now, it's over here. Appreciate it other way, man. This game looks interesting as hell. It really is, dude. It's obviously very slow paced, very dialogue heavy. You can probably hear that my voice is a little bit rough because I've now streamed it for the second night in a row, and we're probably 2 hours, 2.5 hours into the cast. So it's wearing on me a bit. I was doing voices for everybody, but it was just fucking me and I would have lost my voice by now. So now I'm just kind of changing pitch, and that's about as far as I'll go. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back. Win her back? Oh, we've also lost that memory, by the way. So we're a policeman that's been in this town for 3 days, sent here to solve a murder. Another cop from another precinct was also sent to help us. And he's arrived today, and I remember nothing. Not anything about the case, nothing about who I am, nothing even about the geography of the general area or anything. No idea why yet. I know that my character is an alcoholic and bit of a party animal, likes his drugs, and so we suspect it has something to do with that, but we don't know. So we're trying to figure that out while also solve a murder that we know nothing about. Sounds like a narrative jam. Oh, it really is, dude. If you've ever read Terry Pratchett, it's kind of like similar writing to that. It's the closest I would be able to compare it to, but it's very much its own beast. Win her back. Yes, buy something nice, a figurine. Easy, dig up a truly cool figurine in the box under the table. Wow, what's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say Fallen. What is this? Oh, that's the Headless Fallen Rider. Who? The Headless Fallen Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fallen tracksuit. As you can see, he's missing his head. He points at the decapitated figurine. 50 cents, bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it or something. It's part of the story. That part of the story has many interpretations. I figure if I can buy it, it's got to have some use. Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you. He grins. What does this actually give us? Nothing. Plastic headless fallen rider sits atop his equally plastic bull, his posture indicating either desperation or pride. Comes as a set with the infamous fallen cat for which he lost his head. The head is not included. So, I don't have very much money. 898. I need to get up to... I actually need to be making money. I need to get up to 130 real, which is the currency in this game. So that I can, before 9 o'clock, which is in like an hour and 15 minutes, so that I can actually sleep at the inn, because I've got to pay out my debt. And I just keep buying shit from this fucking pawn shop.
It's not often that I see officers of the RCM in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you
What can
slowly.
I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop. Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you.
No, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Not quite the
It
collection
keeps
indeed.
me entertained.
His attention is drawn once more to the play of the light and shadow on the walls behind you. It's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe. Electrochemistry. Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what? Is Ro high? And if yes, then what is he on? We succeeded. Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard, he's probably on Pyrrholidon. It's tough to come by on the street. Pyrrholidon? What is that? A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects and it makes your eyes turn yellow. Get straight to the point. So, where does the man get Pyrrholidon these days? Takes a step back, studying you. How would I know? There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting. No judgment, just curious. I probably did loads of Pyrrholidon before I lost my memory. I've had to take it, you know, since the People's Pile cleanup. He responds carefully. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. He's taking it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days. People Pile? What's that? A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too. Tell me more about this Emergency Relief Brigade you were part of. He points at the white triangle in his orange safety jacket. We're an all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help fire brigades contain the spill. On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood. I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the heart to let it all go to shit without trying to do something, to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud, years getting sick. He looks at the spiring light and stops. It must have been tough, radioactive cleanup. He hesitates. There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has ever tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment and early deaths. Cancer mostly. We knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could. Whose fault was it that the generator failed? No one's. Everyone's. He sighs and shakes his head. So much bitterness. A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen? How'd you end up running a pawn shop? Cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died, left me this shack and the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me, don't go there, it's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm going to get as far from Foulberg as I can. Still in the same city, but... He shrugs. Thank you for telling me. He shrugs. I like theory more than story. Outward movement, not vortices. Yeah, you got to get into those vortices, my man. Might be able to aid our investigation. I doubt it, but I can try to answer any questions you might have. Know anything about the recent hanging? I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone. Think you could help me get a corpse out of a tree? Corpse behind the hostel, I assume. He looks into the swirling lights, then to you. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself. Ask around the harbour. There might be some workers there who'd be willing to help. All I've got. Alright. By the way, do you happen to have any guns like the ones carried by the officers of the Citizens Militia? Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple of days back. Lieutenant shifts from one feet to another. Alert. Wait, I sold you my gun? You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon at the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions, the unhealthy kind. He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you. Feel like there's something you're not telling me. He looks away. You weren't quite yourself, officer. What was I like? You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight and you need the money. When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it. Holy fuck. Man, this is messed up. Very normal behavior. You must have been in great shape. Wait, how much did I sell the gun for? 15 real. What? Lieutenant looks from you to Roy and then back to you. It's clear that he hopes this tableau might still turn out to be a bad dream. It's not though. This has got to be the most... Wow. There's pity there too, in case you didn't notice. Happens to the best of us, I guess. It certainly does, especially in Revachol. Was the buyer a policeman too? She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it. And of her, it's QNOS. It's that fucking little chick that wants me to kill her. The one that thinks that I'm always trying to slit her throat. Truth be told, she was terrifying. Right, so let me get this straight. The lieutenant turns to you. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it. Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside. I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the Citizens Militia? You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. You have to find her. He looks around worried. Any idea where I can find this buyer? My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went. Needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow. At least I know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else. I want to ask... no, okay. That's fine. I don't have anything to sell, but... So we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know you're a Copo type. Wait, there are Copo types? Yes, guess what's yours? Cool cop. No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here. Okay, but what are the other Copo types? Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the Advanced Interesting Cop, Liquid Shadow Cop. You're too sorry to say those things. So here we go. Won't the other Copo types be jealous? What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything. You know, actually, I'm not sorry. I changed my mind. No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance. I'm sorry. Of course you are. It's okay. Steven, get something out of this, like info, or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen. Rigorous self-critique. The one sorry piece of shit. A cop penitent, a flagellant cop monk. This is not the right line of work for you. You should be groveling at the feet of a feudal lord, providing lurid evidence against yourself at a Mazovian show trial, or ripping the flesh from your back with a cat of nine tails. Whatever made you this way, you can be damn sure it was your own fault. Do it. Really criticize yourself. Who knows, you might uncover something of importance from your guilt-ridden past. I can't internalize this shit. I need to unlock other... How do I like... Maybe when I get skill points I can unlock it? Alright. So. I'm pretty sure Pino S has our gun. We can go talk to her over here. Oh, what's that? Look, it appears to be erotica, but without actual erotica. Right. No, why can't I force you to do push-ups and sit-ups with channel points? Because I don't know. I haven't set that shit up. I don't know if I'd want to be able to do that. Plus, you wouldn't actually be able to see me doing that because my camera is too high. And I did enough push-ups today. Thank you very much. I don't want to do any more.
Trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out? Get away, pig!
Yeah, it's definitely her. Looking with a view to the yard and the hanging. Ooh. Look out there, could be a witness. Talk to him. Must be another way into the building. Alright. I reckon that's where we need to... Actually. Can I look at this yet? No. Why must we look at this wall every time we pass by? Right, she's not going to let me in. We've already tried that. She said there was a back door. There must be a way into that back door. We just haven't figured it out yet. Closed mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffiti. Closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads RCM Emergencies Desk number 81002 with the slogan "Mankind be vigilant." Fuck you, mail delivery box. Why did I do that? There is a hollow Saturn ring as you kill the Leventeria mail collection box. It sounds betrayed, in disbelief even. Your toe has suffered damage. It hurts. Oh my god. Cool, the lieutenant nods approvingly. You really showed that mail collection box. You think so? You think it was cool? I don't. Let's go. He must see the box as the weaker of the two, and you as a bully something he doesn't stand for. Good mailbox. Mail collection box has no faith in your psychopathic manipulations. Right. So how are you, Blitzenberg? Whereabouts are you from? Wonder if I can ask this guy about my gun.
Hello again, my man. What's on your
Got any
mind?
smokes on you? Nope, don't smoke. Some of the other drivers did though. There's still a few around waiting for the jam to disperse or waiting for the sweet release of death. Hey, isn't he like smoking right now? The smell's in the air. Sure you smoke. You're smoking right now. Okay. His eyes smile, but this is my last one and it's a bad habit. You should quit before both of us have lung cancer. Alright. So he's not going to give me some. Maybe this guy will have.
Looking for something, Hunt? Huh?
Got a
Coming
smoke.
to tell me to fuck off again?
He's got a smoke right there in his fucking hand. Snaps that shit out of his fat fingers. You needed after listening to his garbage. Smoking one right now. It's my last one. Can I get a drag of that done? Sorry, all done. He puts out his cigarette and flicks a tiny stub towards the sheet. Cool. Fuck, I order. Order what, officer? The man looks at you coolly, noxious effluence wafting in the air around him. Shit. Sorry, I couldn't be of any help. He gives you an ambivalent, mocking half nod. Right. So he's no help either. I wonder if I can actually get into this guy's, oh no, I can't. This guy got a smoke?
Right to work! Right.
Oh, there's coins on the ground though. Anything else here? Something in that box. Shirt. White tank top. Hell yeah. Alright, what are my quests at the moment? I can sneak into the tank top, gym vest, reeking of sweat. This sleeveless shirt is the best choice if you're not afraid to show off your masculine upper body and that hairy chest. Well, I am not. I think I gotta sneak into the... Oh, actually... Maybe this guy will have something for us.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
I'm actually a worker like you guys. The man looks at the colorful piece of plastic, then at you, then back at the card, then at you again. He looks at his flask for a moment, but that's not you, officer. It's an old picture from back when you were not a cop, but a heavy-set, dark-skinned dock worker named Santiago John. Yes. Hardly unlikely. I've known John for several years now. Also, you told me you're a cop, remember? How did you get a shifter's card? Literally stole it off him. Just tell him. Fuck it. Oh, John's been out drinking himself blind again? He should watch his step, that John. Can I have the card? No, it will prove useful still. Believe your thieving fingers. No, I need to continue my undercover infiltration of this compound. Otherwise, it's just if I stole the card for no reason. Oh, okay. Good luck with that. So what do you need? He doesn't care. This guy doesn't give a shit. Just told him that I'm infiltrating the area. Alright. Let's get into... I don't know how I'm going to get cash. Oh, I could try getting into the apartment. You know, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Placements, it's me. Please open the door. I'm trying to get in. Sorry, officer. I thought you were. Then there's a spot of static that overrides her words. The doorbell is broken and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore, so I can't help you. Please don't call here again. Thanks. Right. Ring the doorbell, but no one answers. What an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone's hair. Adamites, peas, boxing for young athletes and gym. We hear a static, but no one answers the call. 24-hour window. Ring the doorbell, but nothing happens. It is loud. Emma's fashion atelier. Wait for a minute or two, but all you get from the call box is silence. No one answers the call. Rabron's taxi. Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with the lighter. The doorbell doesn't work anymore. Slipstream SCA. You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked up the receiver but isn't saying anything. You can almost hear them. Hello? Is anyone there? Yes, hello, this is Tricentennial Electrics. This is a woman's voice, crackling and fragile through the static. Have you come to place an order? She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. Her receiver must not be working properly. Wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electrics on the list. Ah, yes, I've come to place an order. My God. Lieutenant exchanges a look with you. Sorry? It's you. My God, I didn't think I would hear your voice again. It's a woman and she knows you. Your heart beats faster. She must be mistaking you for someone else. No, something wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you? Do we know each other? Michael, just please. She stops and you hear her breathe heavily, her breath distorted by ancient static. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. She sounds like she's shaking. I thought you didn't care. Hold on, tell me what's going on. What did I do? Ever since I came to work here, it's been different, as if my mind's been wiped clean. A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged. It's so nice. So nice to be able to finally forget. Forget about what? She sounds like she's about to cry. Hello? There's an answer. Hey, you still there? Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. What just happened? Another seagull passes by. It's getting cold standing here staring at the silent call box. I don't know what happened either. The lieutenant inspects the doorbell. We should probably stop playing with this thing. Alright, it's a goodbye then. Alright, so we can try that. Again. No. Last thing you need in life is more hysteric emotions. Forget it. Find something else to do. Fortress accident, SCA. Silence. No one's home at Fortress accident. Revachol Ice City. Main hall building B. Whirling and Rags. I don't want to talk to you. East Delta Pinball. Empty card. This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet. He takes a step back, inspecting the other names on the list.
Yes?
You seem to be following me. Excuse me? Nothing, just an observation. You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. What do you mean distinctive? Hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st precinct tend to move a bit erratically. How's that? Say it's a scene clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers. Yes, but containers contain things, shiny things. They're interesting. You're kidding me. Why containers? I don't know. Containers contain, I guess. Making assumptions. We should move on. Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually who's over. He regrets bringing it up. Okay. Let's try get into here. Try and get that, I think. Go up the ladder. Oh, okay. The doorway's going to collapse soon. Whole building is unstable. Don't run. Be careful. Right, okay. Gotta be careful. Restoration pillars keep the ruins together. Oh, hang on. Something in that box. Those are fed. Some money. Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing there. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back. You son of a gun, it's a cop's cloak. Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. He judges the drop. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day. Look around. The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. The look in his eyes is a mix of the engineer-like interest and the wonder of a 6-year-old seeing a horse for the first time. That machine is a Calson 10HK. Is it? He looks at you impressed. Haval's son make a lot of heavy equipment. This is phenomenal, even for them. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. He looks at the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind. What exactly are we doing up here? I was under the assumption we could ask the leader of the union to help us get this body down. This is why we're here, right? He doesn't wait for you to answer. He looks around, wind rustling his hair. Or it could be that we're just exploring. He thinks you've forgotten where you are again. Do you really think this cloak is mine? Should I go for it? Jump? Cloak? I do. I think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, he looks over the ledge at the cold pavement below. Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meters tops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you. The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide? Yeah, let's do it. As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. Close your eyes, let your senses take in the world around you. Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. You're ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below. Continue the voyage through the salty air. As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline. I knew you could do it, the lieutenant exclaims. Our climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now. With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in. Take that and pop that coat on. One Esprit de Corps, and this one, yeah, this one gives me shivers as well, so this is the better one to wear. Police cloak made from heavy tarpaulin. It would be nigh wind and waterproof if there weren't 3 bullet holes scattered on the surface. The signature white rectangle of the RCM covers the government. Alright, that's that door. What's this? Collecting rainwater. Can I get in through this? Radio is emitting strange buzzing sounds. A giant aspirin on the pillow and a pattern of coffee rings the armrest. Someone is habitually chilling next to the radio. Punch clock payphone. An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change. I don't know who I want to call yet, so I'll leave that. This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. Every worker equals member of the board is written at the top of the flyers. Someone left the coffee machine on. Standard office file cabinet. The drawers seem to be locked. Dark looking in the pock looks almost sentient. Ugh. Postcard. This laminated postcard offers a glimpse across the river. A little more than a decade after the war, the eastern bank is already fully renovated. The hillsides are lush with gardens and residences. Someone's parked a small beige airship by the fountain. This postcard will sell for a pretty penny. Alright, we can sell that. That wouldn't open, would it? I'm so glad someone's forgotten to properly close one of the drawers. It's unfortunate for the union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this. See what's in it, he thinks. Open the drawer. Drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. 2 kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Mundy, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Huron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. Anything interesting? It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. Force yourself. Alright, we'll give it a go. Fail. Look how blurry all the lines in these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk. Focusing through not focusing. So I need to improve my volition. I don't have a skill point for spell. Hermeneutics are almost within your grasp. It's now only vague letters float before your eyes. Less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing. I let my guys go completely out of focus. All shapes start melting into each other. Is that what you're doing with those folders over there? Yes. Right. Lieutenant's expression stiffens. This is probably not relevant to a case. After all, we're not investigating an accounting mystery. Okay. Elysium. Neat office shades. Ooh. +1 to visual calculus and drama. Hell yeah, check that out. Oh, don't run. Butterflies, union logo, and demand democracy. Alright. This is where we go. The door is locked and cannot be opened from this side without a pass card. Guess you have no choice but to talk to the union leader. Okay. We'll have to find our way in. He's still there. It's quite late. Oh, go back. Oh, what's this? All around you, great machines and questions. White pine trees are printed onto the screen looking covering. Looks like a forest under snow. Opposite eye of halogen lights watches you. See faded industrial lettering on the platform. Carlson means well forward nod. I think I'm on the crane right now. Shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. Speaker tower is silent. There is no work organized in the yard. Size thermos smells like burnt coffee. Cash. Who's this? Who's this? Banner sags out of the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Monday.
Container, container, used to be Walpines. Container, container, now belongs to Everett.
Tiny man is so engaged in his work he doesn't notice you. Hi.
Everett, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an asshole for
I
no
see you're
apparent
not a
reason.
union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
What is it with you people
I
and
mean,
scabs?
I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know. And folks gotta eat.
He doesn't seem to be waiting for you to
Just
answer.
some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
You're Ubi, right? Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then, too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir, those are just nasty rumors. Thank you for clarifying that, sir. What are you doing with the containers? Oh, I'm just making some covers for the containers here. Yes. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them. He waves at the containers towering behind them. What's going on here? Containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountain rising behind Leo is all red in Union colours. It's like some red infection was spreading out from the container's yard core. There appears to be a cistern underneath the Union container covers. This looks like a massive redecorating option. Yes, they're hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debitor's Union logo on them. Has anyone ever told you why you need to change the covers? No, not really, he shrugs and continues merrily. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things, says I go and tell them to everyone. What is underneath these red covers? Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals. Most of them have labels on them, I think. Thanks, Lee, you've been very helpful. Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all, this little guy affirms merrily. Where is everyone? The harbour is empty. Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. He leans in with a confidential look. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on a strike. We haven't worked for 2 months now. So no one is working? But everyone is down there, of course, he chuckles. Mr. Everett is in his office, where he always is, and John Luke is guarding the gate. Pauses to think. Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble, and Everett sent them on a nice vacation for a week or so. He stops, but seems eager to tell you more. What kind of trouble did Titus and his friends get into? Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. He smiles and leans closer. Him and his boys stirred something up in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off. But what did they actually do? Guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. Another chuckle. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school. Too rowdy? Leo, what kind of a fight? Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hardies. He looks to you for assistance. Too rowdy? Leo, what kind of a fight did they get into? Did they kill a mercenary? Too late. Leo's mouth is still moving and words are spewing forth. Words, and look, even more words. This guy could go on to the end of days. Now he's talking about some drunk sawmill owner who, no, he's already switched to a priced fishing rod he apparently earned at some point. You know what? Just cut in there with your questions. You work here? Yes. Everybody needs a job and this is mine. I thought I could hear something. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick, but everyone calls me Leo. The little man raises his hand in a welcoming gesture. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. He chuckles. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady. A good-hearted chuckle again. Who is this Miss Beaufort? The lieutenant looks up at Leo. A real pretty lady with a skin like those dough and sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down besides the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Hold on, who's this Miss Beaufort you mentioned? Oh, Lizzie? She's a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back she was all fancy and loyally. She's a real nice girl, grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure. For a fraction of a second, there's sadness in his eyes. He goes on, if me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. LeMaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she has. He sighs and falls silent, watching you meekly with his big blue eyes. So Everett trained a lawyer named Miss Beaufort. Interesting. I think you're doing a great job around here, Leo. Yes, this place really seems to run like a clockwork. Keep it up, Leo. The lieutenant smiles at the man. Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really. You didn't think it was possible, but the smile becomes even wider. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass at them here, but you guys are all right. The white rectangle on your clothes might not mean an awful lot in Martinez, but the recognition from authority figure made Leo's day. What's in that container over there? Oh, that one. He looks at the container. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up. I'm looking for the leader of the dock workers union. Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Colston continues immediately. Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys. Easy now, Leo. I just want to know where I can find this man. Oh, Mr. Everett is usually in his office, of course. He points to the two joint containers to your right. You got to be quick if you want to see him. He leaves around 22. All right, I got to go then. And I'm going to put this in. Position. Time men and women play the puppet master. Half light. Body take control. Maybe I should do pain threshold. I'll do pain threshold, and then I'll do logic next. Oh, I didn't check if I could unlock another thing. I'm gonna unlock these. That's really annoying. Understand that. Coffee in the giant thermos is still lukewarm. Stair made of pallets leading up. Oh, this is gonna be that smarmy bastard. Taxidermy fish that tells the time. Everett Clare. Before you was a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you, with a mixture of expectation and impatience, well bottled. You in charge of the dock workers?
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a shining chair opposite to his
I'm
giant desk.
Everard Clare, head of the Debargeurs Union here in Martinez.
The man relaxes in his chair and continues.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand.
Looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair in your hand looks like a torture
You
device.
go ahead, detective.
The lieutenant nods at you, then the chair. Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name. Why are you calling me Mr.
Please,
Dubois?
Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner as equals. Take a seat, I insist.
Nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out. Take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Damn, this chair is uncomfortable.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debargeurs Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
Damaged health. I'm gonna have to... The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Garte. Some people have no manners. Pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically
It should be
huge.
sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with the cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
25 reality. That's good money. You'll need it. Keep it. I'm good.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts then.
He crosses his arm on his ankles midsection and sinks further into the chair. I don't want to get indebted to the union any more than I have to at the moment, because I don't really know who I'm siding with.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun. Lost gun. Lost gun.
His little slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun. Lost gun. Lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. How do you know about my lost gun?
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried.
Everything's going to be all right. Right.
It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded. Don't panic. God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are going to shoot themselves with it. No, I'm not about to cry. Try to stay
Mr.
cool.
Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this Mr. Dubois he keeps repeating? What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
The large man snaps his fingers, but to no effect. You're in some stupor. Keep sliding down the chair. There are no Harrys. Let your mind go to your safe place.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow in a kind of throwing motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right at him. He's Mr. Dubois. This chair is uncomfortable. I could use that glass of water.
What an odd demonstration of... Huh? You got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask some questions. Police officer questions. It's about a time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity. And you're going to ask how I got in? Harry says almost gently. Honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age. I too am surprised by the resilience and athleticism of this tool I've been provided with. Yes, yes, Harry, you are obviously in peak physical condition, and I salute both your initiative and your physical prowess. Very impressive, Harry. Very impressive. Anyway, I assure you, I'm a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. Call me Mr. Dubois. Why? Of course, let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everett, I call you Harry. That's really my name. My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesia cop, aren't you? He shrugs with an amazed expression. What are the odds of that? I think the odds of that, he looks at you, very low. Remember, is fine. I'm just testing you. So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. That's the brown folder in front of him. However, if you did have a spot of merry trouble, it could help you out with my big fat folder. Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. Just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it. You're trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents. The lieutenant inspects Everett over his spectacles. Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? His eyes never leave you. Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now. Let's get this straight. What is my full name? It's Harry. Harry Dubois. Okay, I like it. I can work with that. And I can work with you, Harry. Now, what else can I do for you? Do anything about my family? Do I have a wife or kids? Or family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not even one peep of a family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry? You're right, I don't. That's what I like you, Harry. His fat finger is pointing at you. A good man knows both his strengths and his weaknesses, and you, my friend, you are one of the all-time greats. What kind of a cop does it say I am? Well, Harry, he turns a couple of pages in the folder. If I were to sum you up in one word, it would be apologetic. What? I'm not apologetic. I'm confident. Well, you sure come off as very confident in all our interactions, Harry. You're a real man's man. Holy shit, this guy, I fucking hate him. He's probably just making a guess based on your recent activity in Martinez. Where did you get that folder? Ah, this. He closes the shoulder. My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry. I find that very suspicious. Here, have a look. I'm afraid this is meant for union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. He turns it back to you. Please continue, Harry. May as well give this a go. Kim suspects something red shaped folders before. As you look at the folder, as you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet. That's not an RCM folder. Okay, Harry, you got me, he says, grinning. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. The Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them. Got the name from the Census Bureau and everything else from your actions here in Martinez. Yes, Mr. Karatzi, from the Census Bureau, like I said. He looks annoyed. Now, I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry? That means he doesn't really know anything about you. Pity, the mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being. So the Census Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois. Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on. Could you help me get a dead body from a tree? You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria. Oh my, he smells pleasantly. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter? Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the unit had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood. Also, I studied the footprints at the crime scene. Worker boots. I can certainly see how having up there might have started affecting some real estate values. He licks his fat lips and smiles. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. He picks up the handset of a radio fired his right, then clicks a button. Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body and a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And Jean, please take it easy with the race science. That's a yes to getting the body down. No to the race science. He hangs up and turns back to you. You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates. He turns back to you. He's the big impressive one. You know, tattoos, muscles, ethnic looking. Can't miss him. Great guy. Let's talk about my lost gun. Yes, your lost gun. His face turns serious. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. He winks at you. It's just a matter of time and effort. The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding a gun hostage. Hold on, could he really be holding a gun hostage? Wait, the gun may have been bought from the Roy's pawn shop. Have your men factored that in? Yes, thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. My friend have indeed factored in that you pawned it. Now please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax. I have great guys on this. You're focused on what's important, building our relationship for the good of Martinez. Do not come as a surprise to him. He might actually be bullshitting. I'll not be blackmailed with this gun business. Harry, I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around my neighborhood. So it's suddenly very serious. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry. And it's suddenly very... Okay, yeah. I assure you, we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well. The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate if inevitable and doesn't put the RCM in a good light. Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. He claps his hands together. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands. I want to talk about the hanging. Oh, of course, that's your main thing here. That's why you're here in Martinez. He nods. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help you like I'm helping you with the body and your lost gun. Man, he's an asshole. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. I sense you there's a but. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open. Yes, that sounds good, the lieutenant says with a slow nod. Let's do that. But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. Suddenly he slaps himself on the forehead. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors. Kim, is that true? Are we door-opening machines? I'm not sure I understand. He looks at the union boss. You're asking us to break down someone's door. It's not going to happen. Come now, I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing, absolutely nothing shady about it. Why don't you just open it yourself? Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. He slams his fists together. You look like you run around all day. You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you? I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi. Therefore, I must occasionally enlist outside help. He turns back to you. So what will it be, Harry? Whose door is it? Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. What do you mean by a weasel? A loud, blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. He removes his glasses and rubs his nose. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over with so I can discuss business with you. Puts his glasses back on. Who the fuck is this motherfucker? He's a union leader, dude. He's a fucking slimy cunt. I hate him. I hate him so much, and I don't want to do anything with him. But I have but I have a feeling that it's got to be one of the only ways I can get this information. But you don't even know anything about the hanging. Harry, my dear friend. He sinks deeper into the chair. I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez. I can't accept this thing. Of course, Harry, I understand, but if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. Even worse, we won't ever be able to speak like equals about the murder. Perhaps this was just bad timing for you, but you can always come back to me. I really hope you do. He winks at you. For your sake, my sake, for your gun's sake too. Yeah, he's definitely holding it hostage. We're going to have to do this thing to get the gun back. Lieutenant sighs. Yes, we both understand what you meant. It's maybe the only way he thinks. I won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later. All right. Fantastic change of heart, Harry. Go talk to Manana down by the gates. He'll brief you and give you the key. Just like that, it's happening. The roller coaster is moving. Too late to back it. Just take it back now. Open one little door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want the weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. Anything else we should discuss? I met Joyce, the company representative. Oh, that's very nice. I haven't got around to it yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. He adjusts the button on his sleeve. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here. Just pals? How are you, Jetty, by the way? We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez here. His smile widens. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I'm helping you get that nasty body down from the tree and with finding your lost gun. I'm not a jealous guy. What happened to the previous negotiator, Mr. Gaumont? What do you mean, Harry? The big man sounds annoyed. Nothing. I let him go. Made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go? He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. He looks down and sighs. God knows how long he's got left. You called him a midget. Harry, he explains indignant. I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. Abruptly, he smiles and changes his tone. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals. How am I finding the game? Dude, I'm loving it. The dialogue in this is just incredible. All I've done is spend like, what, 3 hours now clicking on things and talking. And I'm having a blast. Honestly, the writing is really compelling. Really, really well done. Very funny too. I am reaching the end of what I can do tonight though. I am starting to lose my voice. Joyce said the previous union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances. Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. The man frowns disapprovingly. When she got back, the whole thing was over. Wait, there was no mention of casserole from Joyce. Funny, Joyce didn't mention any casserole. Harry, Harry, Harry. He flicks his fingers. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew or a hairdryer or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was. You've been lurking most of the night. You really like this? Oh, good. Dude, I'm really glad you like it. How's the piss poor voice acting going for you? I'm glad you're enjoying it. I kind of feel like it is one of those lurker games that you just kind of watch. So I feel like there's probably been some people in chat that have been here the whole time. I haven't looked at who's here because I just don't look at the numbers because it's just easier to just focus on the game. But I just kind of figured like when I'm watching other people play this, when I was watching it, I wasn't really talking at all. I was just kind of sitting there and taking it in and enjoying the ride. So I figure that's what people are doing too. Top 10 voice actors OCE. Dude, I'm struggling. Were you here when I was like, I fucked up that Spanish guy's accent and I went into like Irish? Dark day. It's spilled blood you're looking for, then there certainly isn't any in his expression or demeanor now. Why haven't you let her in to see you? If she actually wants to see me, she'll find a way. Any good negotiator would, and I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator. He doesn't want to see her, it's simple as that. Okay, let's talk about something else. Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time, it's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this. He makes an all-encompassing gesture. Secret. No, you didn't see that? Oh man, it was fucked. I think I'm nailing this guy's voice though. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. He looks around. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everard doesn't mind. It's rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now. What the fuck? Everard, I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again later. Wait, he leans, reaches into his drawer and pulls out a plastic card. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Thanks. I was wondering how I was supposed to get out. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white union man. Take care, Harry.